This is Harry Drills, and you're listening to WMHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven.
Good morning and welcome to LoveBabz, LoveTalk. Harry, you got a feeling like Quiet Storm up in here. I didn't know if I should come on and keep listening. That was good. I was feeling the vibe of that. It's the kind of music you listen to when you want to get into it. Happy Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. I swear to God, this has been the longest week in 2 days I've ever experienced. It just feels like it's been a whole week in 2 days. Oh my God, I feel it. Let's see. Went to the inauguration of our very first poet laureate, Shamant. And it was good. It was well attended. They had food, they had a DJ. You just can't outdo Black people. Even Mayor Elker was like, I don't get this kind of music. Woo, baby. I was like, you right. But you gotta hang around Black people to get that kind of music. That's all I'm saying. It was good. It was nice people in the house. I ran into some people I haven't seen in a minute. It was good. I run into my good friends all the time. Like, I saw Dory Dumas, I saw Alicia, saw a couple of people. So it was nice. And, he anteed up a couple of poems, and then I left because they're going to start this monthly flow thing where each month they'll have some spoken poetry in City Hall, in the halls of City Hall, which is kind of nice. So I don't begrudge that one bit. I do not. So it'd be nice to have all kinds of people in City Hall. So welcome to the hall. Let's see what else is going on. We do have a date for some space to hold for the late Emily Mayo. So if y'all around on Saturday, in the afternoon, like 2 to 5, her mama will be there, people will be there, cousins will be there. So if you want to go and just, say hi to them or, just let them know that her passing is a loss. It would be lovely for y'all to do that. So I'm not going to get there until a little bit later because I've got the Delta is having a luncheon. So I'm going to that. They're honoring some community folks. So yeah, so they're doing that. And that's the that's the rundown. So I had a lovely meetup with the guy who runs the clinicians at Youth Continuum, Gordon. We had a nice conversation yesterday. Gordon Nelson from Youth Continuum. So it was a lovely opportunity to sit and talk about. He was at the panel with Nicholas Davidoff when he was presenting his book, and it was nice to catch up with him after the fact and just talk about some things, make some connections. So yeah, I've got bone sticks on at 10:15 this morning. So Harry, if you could dig up their music, it would be nice. I was supposed to meet up with Ed Tankus the other day to get the latest CD. And I couldn't get over there, so I have to apologize for that. But I know they got some new music, you know. And they're gonna be at Jazzy's for two sets, 2 days. So they're playing a couple of sets at Jazzy's on the 22nd and the 23rd, I think. Somewhere around there. So if you have not seen them, this might be the band you want to catch up. You know, they are really good, and I enjoy them very much. Like I really enjoy them. They've got a nice old school sound. So, what is all that noise outside? Is that garbage? It's not garbage day. Is it? Anyway, um, I'm always thinking about what's happening. So, especially when I hear like truck noise outside, I'm like, what are they doing? What are they getting? So, oh, was that song that I came into with Sticks Bones? That was nice. I was feeling that vibe. It was feeling very Quiet Storm. I was like, okay, Harry, you on top of it. I'm not gonna say the daggone thing. So yeah. Anyway, uh just chilling. What is that outside, Gregory? All that noise? No, on Wednesday? I always feel like there's a lot of noise out there. Are they doing something on the street? Yeah. Oh, okay. That just sounded very loud to me. Will you bring me a glass of water too? I know. I'm working. I'm working and I'm talking. I'm working. So uh the weather cooperated yesterday. I think today's gonna be a really nice day too. I had to go to the gym. I gotta go get some blood work done. Uh, so all that kind of stuff. I feel a little tired today. I don't know why. Like I think I went to bed like at 11:30. Um, for no reason. I need to go to bed a little bit early these days. Um, so but I woke up at 4 o'clock. And normally when I wake up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I could mess around for about 45 minutes to an hour and then go back to sleep. I messed around for a couple of hours and then went back to sleep at around 7. So I think that is what ails me, you know. I think that's what ails me. So I'm getting some sleep and then waking up and then getting some more sleep, which is, always a little challenging. Challenging. But I do need some water. Thank you very much. I know it's a lot of stuff around. Yes, see, I got my sister girl glasses. My sister girl glasses, all the black women. Hmm. So yes, I just need some water. And I need to get some lemons because I haven't made any lemon water. And I drink all my hibiscus tea, so I need to make some more. So so it's just one of those things. Uh just one of those things. I'm just ready. I'm one of these people that is just really ready for the weather to be consistently warm. That's what I'm wanting, you know, for the weather to be consistently warm. Where I could put away a coat. You know what I mean? I'm ready. I'm ready for that. I have on a sweater this morning because I feel a little chill. just a little bit. And thanks, Harry. Harry be uh Harry be making these little he be making these little signs so that I could like post up on the page. Fancy. So I could be fancy. I was like, okay. Because everybody else has fancy stuff. I never have fancy stuff. So Harry be like making me fancy stuff. So I can look like all the other little kids in the neighborhood. Ah, you know. But yeah, so I'm happy to have them back, Sticks Bones and the Bone Squad, because they're good band, and they're being managed by Ed Tankus, who is a great guy. And if you want jazz on Thursdays, they still do it at Harvest. So I know people maybe you don't feel like, well, I don't want to go to Harvest and just have dinner. I can't do that every Thursday. But you can go to Harvest and have an appetizer and a couple of drinks. Like that could be in your budget. You could budget for that. Like, you know, I would advocate for that. Like you don't have to have a full-on meal. Just like, a couple of appetizers to pick and a couple of drinks. I think that's well worth sitting down there and hearing some good jazz. So I don't know I'm gonna have to look at my calendar and see what's on my playbook for tomorrow. Uh, oh no, I'm going to opening night at the Yale Rep tomorrow night. So I might be able to get down to Harvest because it's right next door. I'll miss some of the jazz. I might catch a good hour of it before I have to be over at I'll let Ed know. Hey, I'll come through tomorrow, you know, because I'm going to the Yale Rep open night. And I still have not made my way to Cabaret all this time. I really got to pull up the Cabaret schedule and just absolutely go to something, you know, like go to something, go to something. Yeah. Okay. So I'm still in good stead. I had to pay some bills last night. I don't know why there was a glitch, but there was a glitch, and it bothered me. So I fixed it, and it got handled. So I was like, okay, I see it handled. Uh, and I'm fasting because I have to have blood work done. So I'm not going to be able to eat till much later today because I'm going to go to the gym and then go get my blood drawn because there's no way I could do it beforehand. Uh, Plus, they frown on you to go get blood drawn and then go weight train. So I was like, okay, I'll go do that. That's what I'll do. You know, life, such is life. So yeah, I'm gonna go see Lettucey tonight. She is on tour, and I'm gonna go see her tonight with a bunch of other people. I know the Deltas will be in the space because Lettucey is a Delta. So that would be nice. So I'm taking Margot with me. So we're gonna go see Lettucey. So maybe we'll be able to catch some early dinner downtown if that's possible. We'll see what my wallet says, you know. Because everything's got to be by the wallet, and we'll see what happens. So, or at least some appetizers and a cocktail. We'll see what happens. Um, We shall see what happens. Yes. So the news, what is going on in the news? We are still watching the eradication of the Palestinians. We're still watching that in real time. We're still watching it in real time in the Congo. We're still watching it in real time in the Sudan. I'm just trying to understand who all wants to still be standing. They just want everybody. Is it just some way that the prevailing folks just want everybody off the planet and just be here by themselves? Just have the whole planet? Is that the idea? I'm just trying to understand. Seriously. I'm just trying to understand it all. I don't know how to understand it. I tell you what, more about how I feel about, genocide in the world. But I was watching the brother who won for screenwriting American fiction. And I've never heard anybody talk the way that I know we talk, which is really nice. And he said, Black life doesn't always have to be depicted from slavery, from bad neighborhoods, from drug dealing, from all manner of oppression. We just be like regular everyday Black people having an everyday Black life without trauma. And I think that's why I loved American fiction so much, that I could watch a movie. And I'm telling you, when I was sitting there watching the movie, at every turn, I was waiting for a racist police cop. I was waiting for racist neighbors. I was waiting for, some injustice. I was waiting for injustice to show up. I really was. I thought, the book people were going to be, trying to grind him. And none of that showed up in the film. And I have to watch it again so that I can watch it in a relaxed state. Because when I was watching it, I could never relax. Because I kept waiting for the trauma or the injustice to show up. Ain't that some ish? That we can't even enjoy movies without waiting for the trauma. Because we know there's going to be some ish. And so we watch these movies and we start bracing ourselves. I'm not kidding you. I'm sitting in the movie theater, and at every turn, I'm like, all right, he gonna pull down the street and some white cop gonna be like, who are you? And blah, 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 beat him to death. Or, he's gonna be somewhere and gonna, when he take his mama to the home to show her where she might be living, they're gonna be mean. Or they're going to be racist and they're going to be like, we don't want your kind here. It's going to be some old mess. And I was bracing for it because every time the scene changed, I was like, okay, here it comes. All right, here it comes. Like when he was in the restaurant with the other guy and he, and the police was going outside. And I thought, surely here it is. Here it is. So I have to watch it again so I could really watch it again in a relaxed state. I don't know if I'm the only Black person like that. I can't be. I know I'm not the only Black person that watched that movie stressed, waiting. There's nobody else that could have that experience but us. Or maybe women. Because when you watch a film with women in it, you always think, oh, she's going to get her ass beat or she's going to get raped, right? Because that's how they do women in films. You just can't have women in a film without some rape scene or some aggressive act or some beatdown. It's always like that. I pay attention to that. I made films. I worked on films. I'm a filmmaker. I know what that's like to watch and wait and just tense yourself because you know it's coming. All to tell a damn story. And and through a white gaze. And the white gaze is so strong that you got black people looking through a white gaze. And you got black people making films through the black gaze, not American fiction and not origins. But some of the stuff that passes for black filmmaking is, subject and suspect. And it's always through a white lens, because when you put things through a white lens, that's the only way you could get things green lighted, that it is acceptable and understandable to white people. And this is not just watching Lifetime movies. I don't even watch Lifetime movies because that's a trauma porn channel. But other movies, any movie with black people in it, short of a comedy, and even those, can sometimes be. But movies with black people in it always have trauma. We always get our ass beat. We're always gunned down. We in scary movies, we're always killed first. And if you're a woman in a movie, you can guarantee you're gonna get beat up or raped or mistreated or, discounted. I mean, that's just every woman that has won an Oscar has won an Oscar for abuse. Look it up. Jodie Foster won an Oscar for being raped in a bar. And then she won an Oscar when she was a kid playing a little kid prostitute, right? I'm just saying. That's just white men filmmaking. That's just white men filmmaking. And it passes as art. I'm just saying. These are just observations. When you watch as many films as I watch, and I love films, I love them. So you go and look at all the women that won Oscars and what roles they've won, and you tell me there's no trauma. Something happened to them. Men could get Oscars for playing ordinary men. I'm sorry, white men. White men could win Oscars for playing ordinary men. But nobody else can play ordinary people and win. Just be regular. Right? Certainly not black men. Denzel didn't win for all the good films. He won when he was asshole in films. So I'm just thinking, that's all. I mean, every best Oscar winner since 1929, they've all been. I think the only one that didn't have trauma, I mean, maybe a handful didn't have trauma, but 98% of them, had trauma. So trauma sells. It does. It does. It does. It does. It does. So anyway, watching American fiction, I want to watch it again so that I can watch it with ease and really enjoy it. I enjoyed it, but it took me so long to settle in and relax, like waiting for, hateful white people to jump out and kill them or something. and I'm not wrong in that. When you look at the film and you see his daydream about how his character gets to his award. I mean, I don't want to ruin it for people, but I'm not wrong. Woo. And I love that Erica Alexander is in this film. She looks beautiful. and she's the love interest. And she's a, she is a good love interest, and she's talented. She should be working more and more and more and more. And she was age appropriate. Like, they didn't put Zendaya in this movie with him, because they love to do that. Old men with young women. They love to do it, you know. So, anyway, such is life. Such is life. Such is life. Such is life. So that's my take on the movies. I still have to go see Bob Marley's One Love. And I want to see it in the movies. I don't want to miss not seeing it in the movies. So I have to figure out when I could do that, which there's not enough time in the day, people. So if it's still in the movies and I get back from Story Week, I'm not here next week. I'm at Story Week next week. And so Harry's gonna run talking shows. Like, I'm always talking, but get shows with guests. I'm hoping that he runs shows at 9:15 and 10:15, unless Paul jumps in and wants to, talk to somebody for 20 minutes or something. He is welcome to do so. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to Story Week. It gives me a little chance to catch my breath and to hear stories and to process and and I love listening to other people's stories. So it's always a good time, And I'm thinking about my birthday. I'll be 61, which I'm so delighted by that. I can't tell you how delighted I am. I was so delighted to turn 60. I was delighted to turn 59 because my mother was 57 when she passed. So up until the time I was 57, I had a whole bunch of anxiety. And then I had to get past my 50s so that I could sort of relax a little bit. Because I was like, well, 58, 59. But when I got to 60, I was like, all right, okay. No anvils to be found. Because I always say an anvil's going to fall on my head and kill me dead. That's just a take on Acme, Roadrunner kind of stuff. And the Wile E. Coyote. I used to have a big stuffed Wile E. Coyote that I loved. Don't ask me why. Somebody gave it to me. Maybe some uh, boyfriend I can't remember, which is fine. Few are memorable. That's what I would say to my younger self. All these little fools that are throwing themselves in front of you and pressing up against you, you will not remember them in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. You will not remember these little fools. Don't waste not nary a tear on these Rudy Poots. That's what I would tell my 14, 15, 16, my younger self. I was like, girl, do not waste another tear on these Rudy Poots. Because you will not remember them in 20 years, 30, 40 years. You will not remember these clowns. You will not. And I swear to God, I do not. I don't. So anyway, I'm looking forward to being 61. I think I just like the fact that I'm around, I more now than ever. Emily Mayo is 40, 45, 46 years old. Oof. I don't know. And let me tell you something. If I get diagnosed with some old thing, you best believe I'm gonna be right here telling you all about it step by step by step. This is what we doing. This is how we handling it. If anybody got suggestions, offer them up. I listen. I'm not the one. If I have something, I'm telling everybody because everybody is on the love train with me. That's how I am. Everybody's getting on the love train with me, whether it's law school or disease or when my hips, the Tinas. I took everybody along for the ride for the Tinas. When I had the tumor in my head, I took everybody along for the ride. I was like, listen, I gotta go have this tumor out. And it was a benign tumor, which is fine, which is a blessing, you know. And then another one started growing in my head. And then it sort of, and they were like, we'll just monitor it. They took a little sample, it was fine. Just like, just gonna keep happening. We don't know what's happening. So I was like, all right. So, and then it just kind of disappeared. So I was like, okay. All right, so maybe this is what I'll have to contend with. Maybe I'm not getting some nutrient in my body. You know how people do, they always like, oh, you might need to eat more soursop, or you need more cantaloupe in your diet, or it's always something. Okay. It's like, all right, that's what I'm gonna do, So yeah, let me tell you something. If I get any kind of illness, everybody is coming on the love train with me. I'm not riding this thing by myself. I'm not going to sit in my house worried about people talking about me. I want everybody talking about me. I want everybody to be like, Babz is sick. Oh, blah, blah. What can we do? What you could do, run me some soup and some vegan cupcakes and some vegan pies. That's what you could do. Shoot. Are you kidding me? Come by and sit a spell on the porch. That's how you get healed. That's what I believe. I don't know about anybody else. Listen, I'm not going to go out sitting in my house worried about what people think. If I lose my hair or I got a cane, I already had a cane, had a badass tricked out cane. My friend Kay, when I got my first hip surgery, she saw that little plain ass purple. She's like, oh, no, no, no. She got off when she finished her last appointment. She brought all her little crafty craft jewels over and hot glued my cane, which is, I could see it right from here. It's still in my room, in my living room. I'm not throwing it out. I'm not giving it away because, everything is new again. I may need it again when I'm 90 and it'll be right there. And people were like, where did you get that cane? I said, oh, it's a regular cane you can buy in the store, a medical supply store. I said, my girlfriend tricked it out. People don't be thinking. People don't be thinking about how to make their lives better and how beautiful their life can be just by having beautiful things, no matter the circumstance. Listen, she was like, if it was a walker, we trick out the walker. Thank God I didn't trick out the walker. I only needed the walker for the second surgery because it was a little harder for me to get around. And I didn't have the walker long because I was like, nope, I'm gonna get on this cane quick. And they were like, slow down, slow down. Like, you don't understand quality of life. So I'm putting people on notice. And if you didn't know, now you know. If I get diagnosed with any damn thing, I don't care what it is, I'm gonna let everybody, damn it, know. Seriously. I'm not hiding the fact that I'm on Ozempic because I am obese. I need to get the weight off, and I like the way that I feel. And let me tell you something. This Ozempic does so much more than help with weight loss. It has stabilized my blood sugar, which is what it's supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to do. It makes me feel like I don't want to eat as much, which is nice. I'm telling you, I go places, I eat very little. I'm not starving, and I'm not like deliberately trying to not eat. I'm like, oh, I feel full. Full, like satisfied, like I have to stop here right now, And I don't drink as much as I like to drink, and I don't have a drinking problem. But, you just feel like, okay, that's enough. I don't want any more. It's nice. It's a nice feeling to sort of have an off switch, whereas I didn't before for food and all the things, because I enjoyed food. I don't think I was a food addict. Like, I'm not a food addict. Like, I'm not one of these people running around eating, hiding food, all that kind of stuff. No, I don't have that problem, But I could go someplace and have appetizers, entree, dessert, if it was safe for me to have dessert. Do you know what I mean? A couple of glasses of wine, after dinner aperitif. Like I could do all that. Now I don't really do all that. So it's been nice. So People know that I'm on Ozempic. And it's not a magic pill. It's not a magic. I still have to do it. And people see me going to the damn gym. I got the weight train. I'm not doing any boot camps or any of that stuff anymore. I've done my time with that stuff. I don't enjoy that. I do enjoy weight training. I do enjoy lifting weight to the point of exhaustion and building muscle. Like I find that quite enjoyable. And I work up a good sweat doing that stuff. Like it's not easy, you know. And I whine, don't get me wrong. I'm a whining person doing this stuff. I'm whining. And people are like, oh, you make it look easy. No, I don't. I'm just whining. I whine, I whine, I whine, I whine, I whine. I'm whining the whole time. But I do it. I get it done. And it's been nice to work with Robert around these kinds of things. And so I just get it in and I do it. You know, we get it done. So I'm telling you, everybody's getting on the love train. I'm telling you right now. And to those who I know who are going through some stuff and trying to be low key, I mean, listen, I'm not begrudging you that, but I'm telling you, let the sunshine in. Let people help heal you. Let people put hands on you. Let people offer up words. So, so if something does go awry, people are not shocked to the ground, like, oh my God, I had no idea. Or I thought something was wrong, but I was too afraid to ask. Or I just tell everybody. And you never know how your journey helps somebody else. Seriously. You never know how your journey helps somebody else. And I used to hear that all the time because and there was a point where I never wanted to talk about all the stuff that has happened to me because I was like, oh, this is just annoying. Uh, uh, you know? And but now I'm like, I get it. I'm still on the fence about writing a memoir. Like I don't see the point of that for me. Uh, but I might uh no, I probably won't. You know why? Because it's a lot to write a memoir. It's just a lot. And I don't think I have the temperament. I don't think I don't think I have the I don't think I have the temperament. Uh, but I could be wrong, you know. I could be really, really wrong. So I'm just saying, it's something to think about. But right now I'm having a love affair with myself, just going through the day, you know. So I don't know if I want to record. I don't even know where I would start. And I've started and stopped. I've talked to people. People have been encouraging. And I always feel like, I don't like the angle of that story. Or I don't like the angle of this. Or I don't like, you know what I mean? So it's that kind of thought. And yeah. It's all good. I see Lenny Kravitz got a star, a Walk of Fame star, which is really nice. Um, and I'm very pleased by that. He's got to be one of the little sexiest men to ever walk the earth, you know. So I was like, okay, he's a cutie pie. Particularly when he puts on those leather pants and them little net shirts, sheer shirts. Maybe he is a hottie. He's a little pipsqueak of a man though, but man, oh man, what's in that package is hot, hot, hot. You know, he is a hottie. And so anyway, why are people calling me about stuff? I'll go back and listen to it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank God for voice messages on your phone. People can leave long messages, and then my phone, it dictates it, so I could like read it. But I'm telling you, this is why, this is how we're gonna get beat down. We're gonna get beat down. The world's not gonna be saved by bombs and weapons and bullets. It's gonna be done in by technology and artificial intelligence. That's what's gonna happen. You know, I think about that all the time. It's probably closer to us than we realize, the great changes of things. And they always make it very comfortable for us to get comfortable with things before they drop the hammer on the nefariousness of things. Right? You ever notice that? You think, oh, this technology is great. Oh, let the little robots wash the floors and sweep the floors. Oh, let's have some security dogs out there to assist police. Oh, let's have some robotic security in the stores, you know. And then the next thing you know, we are prisoners. We are prisoners of our own devices. We are prisoners. And I think we're pretty close. I think we're closer to that than we are willing to admit. I do believe we're closer to that than we're willing to admit. I don't know what to tell you. Because nobody wants to give up their devices, And God help us if Apple started making cheaper iPhones, Because one, the resources that are needed for these phones are raped from the continent of Africa. This is what Congo is in beef about, right? They're not making no money on these phones, but the minerals that are used to make these phones are going out of this country fast. It's a lot to think about. We are not giving up our cheap TVs because TVs are cheap. We're not going to give those up. We're not giving up our phones. We're not giving up our TVs. And desk laptops are cheaper, the cheapest I've ever seen. So we're not giving that up either. So there. So that's how we'll lose humanity. It won't be by guns and bombs. I mean, that helps, right? That cuts some life, but what's left standing will be hostages of technology and artificial intelligence. And I'm no conspiracy theorist, although I like a good conspiracy theory. One that kind of makes sense. Like I don't like the more ridiculous ones that are just, are you crazy? I like the ones that sort of teeter you on the edge of belief and disbelief. You know what I mean? Like, really? Could they? Would they? Should they? Can they? Have they? I like those kinds of conspiracy theories. Hey, Harry. You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, you think I would know that already?
No.
Yeah, I know I always come in at the end, but that's just me. Anyway, yeah, I'm listening to you and what's gonna get us, Putin announced yesterday, just in case you forgot this. Putin announced that he is ready for nuclear war.
Is he? Does he know that that's gonna hurt him?
Well, what he's saying is I'm ready for mutual destruction, right? That's what he's saying, because he knows, right? It'll be the end of everybody. But I started thinking, I'm like, what would make Putin come out and say this? So I looked up your podcast yesterday, And I said, let me see who's listening,
Uh-oh.
right?
Oh, shoot.
So in the last 7 days, the Russian Federation has tuned into your podcast 21 times. The
Ooh.
Russian Federation.
Are they gonna pick me up off the street, Harry? And
I don't know. But that's a lot for the last 7 days. For them to be listening,
because
it's,
they can't get no news. So they gotta get some woman on a live radio station in America telling them y'all can't survive.
so I wanted to see what the breakdown is. What's the Russian Federation, right? It's like, what the
Oh
hell is
boy.
that? So 83.33% of the listens came from Moscow.
Oh,
I don't know if you're starting World War III, Babz.
I don't think I am, Harry. Everything I've said is stop it.
He said, well, I'm gonna have to respond to Babz. I'm ready for nuclear war.
I listen. I think he might want to go talk to the people in Japan first. Like go have a conversation with the Japanese first. Because you don't want that smoke. It's just not going to be, you are not ready for nuclear war, Putin. And to put it out there is insane.
Well, the reason he said that is because where the United States, the NATO, is having their biggest war game,
and then Sweden just joined. Who just joined?
Yeah, Sweden just joined.
Because they're like, listen, they on our border. We gotta.
So they're like, he's seeing that we're doing our little war games over there, showing basically NATO showing that, hey, listen, we're prepared to do this. That's what they're showing Russia. So he just came out and reminding the rest of the world that
so you're gonna put troops at the NATO border? I mean, you pushing it, Putin. You pushing it. Do you even have enough soldiers to put? And are they fed? Because when they jumped into Ukraine, the Ukrainians was feeding them. So
yeah, this is just a show of force, right?
I think so.
But it's and also I think they're in election time over there too, right? So he wants to show.
What do you mean election? They have elections?
Well,
for show?
Yeah.
All right. They're not real elections.
So he wants to flex his muscle a little just to.
What muscle? Like you know what the biggest flex of muscle is? Feed your people. Raise up your economy. I don't know. These dictators I don't understand. I wouldn't be a good dictator, Harry, because I wouldn't have to drive by every day and see my people hungry and dull and dark and
I mean, do hungry soldiers fight harder? I'm not sure.
Maybe you do have, if the promise is I'll make sure your family is fed.
Well, you would figure that's the case, right? But you have like people in North Korea. The soldiers in North Korea are, undernourished and everything. It's like, so they're suffering too. So it's like, how you just don't see these people actually winning
anything,
a long war.
But do they get to, Harry, well, in Russia, they killed the guy who was leading the opposition.
Yeah, and they
killed that guy because he was rising up a little bit.
And yesterday, that guy's, I think, chief of staff got hit with a hammer 19 times or something like that. So they're saying that they think Russia was behind that attack yesterday. So
I would safe to say any violent attack, I would put my money on Russian. Who else got beef like that? Nobody.
But it's like, take a win. You know, why you gotta keep
Killing people?
doing stuff like just take the win. The guy's dead.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. At some point, Russian people are gonna have to be like, we can't go, we cannot continue to live like this. I mean, y'all did it before. You had a Russian Revolution before, you could do it again. Now, yeah, it was hundreds of years ago, but you could absolutely do it again. And don't be afraid. Because, listen.
I don't know.
At some point, Harry, these people are going to rise up. They cannot continue to live like this.
You would figure, but every time somebody rises up, he stomps it out.
He stomps them. But, you can't have just one cat. You got to have a bunch of cats.
It's like
China. You know what I mean?
It's like China and Tiananmen Square, right? Every time you mention it, they go crazy. They're up in arms just because they don't want the world to know that, yeah, we kill people who protest against us.
Yeah.
So, and it's like that in China. Most of the people just disappear.
Yeah.
You start something, and the thing is that these governments are so much bigger than they ever were. So it's like they're monsters.
Yeah.
But
well, at least we got fan base in Russia. To what it's worth.
Are you the canary in the coal mine for them?
Listen, I don't know what they find attractive about me. I don't know.
Are you the, John the Baptist? Like, what's going on? Like,
Harry, I better check in every day because I don't want to be walking down the street and a black car roll up on me.
I'm like, 21 times in 7 days.
Although they could get me with some good vodka, Harry. If a case of good ass vodka show up, I know something.
You still might be tempted, right?
I might be some good vodka, Harry. I don't know, Harry. I might. I'm gonna tell you right now, Russians, you got some good ass vodka. I am your girl. Let me know. Because Russian vodka is the best vodka in the world, other than Broken Shed in Australia. New Zealand makes a good vodka. No shade to Russia, but
good until you go to sleep and don't wake up.
Oh no, we're not. I don't want that life.
Russian vodka is crazy.
Listen, I'm not a diplomat. I don't have no government clearance on any. I couldn't get near the Pentagon.
Even the U.S. is looking at like, wait a minute, why is the Russian Federation listening to Babz?
And now they're gonna be at the Men in Black gonna be at the door, sitting on the porch. We just stopped by to say hi.
Anyway, all right. So Babz has Sticks Bones as her guest for 10:15. Look for that link. You've been listening to LoveBabz Love Talk on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I hope. Shoot. There we go.
Hi, this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, streaming live at newhavenindependent.org.
To the James Hillhouse High School.
If your home was built before 1978, your paint or even the soil around your home could contain lead. Lead paint can harm young children, affecting their kidneys and brain, slowing a child's growth and making learning difficult. But lead poisoning is 100% preventable. We have funding to keep you and your family safe. To learn more about our program, visit nhvhealth.org. Together, New Haven, we can get the lead out.